You want to know how OCD I am? Just casually, like, don't jump on these. What? Why am I like this? Why am I like this?
Where could Master Child be?
Here I am thinking, oh my god, we're him. So is this like it's a domain, we're in a full-ass domain, so we're gonna have to fight some dudes. We're Fremine, and we're alone, there's no one else with us. Okay. Was Fremine on a banner? I don't remember. Anyway, for right now, I'm curious what's over here. Look, this is the kind of gamer I am, okay? This is the kind of gamer I am. If you tell me to go one way, I'm gonna go the other way. And of course, nothing's gonna be there. Anyway. Okay, so this makes ice all the time. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we've had Fremine on a banner yet. I don't think we have. Have we? Yes. yes, we have. Clearly. Because I have him. I don't remember pulling him. Was it during the Nouvelette banner, I think? It must have been the Nouvelette banner, right? And I must have pulled him and then forgot that I'd pulled him. But hello, Fremine. I have not upgraded him, but he's upgraded for this at least, so we'll get to see how he can completely demolish some dudes. Okay. I love the vibe here. I missed that one. Okay. So this is basically the story of how he came across the primordial waters. If you're not aware, the primordial waters are like... They literally, if you're from Fontaine, they dissolve you. If you fall into them, you are dissolved. You disappear. You're disintegrated. And in small, tiny doses, it can become like a drug.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
Could who have done it? Reedsley? Who? Who are you talking about? I don't think Reedsley would go down here to... Oh, Child, perhaps. Child was down there. Okay. I guess we're pressing this. Finally. We haven't gotten some proper, like, gameplay in this entire quest. It's always just been like, go here, talk to this person, listen to this cutscene, talk to these people, but finally we're actually freaking getting into some juicy stuff. Okay. We got enemies. We got baddies. We got some baddies. Got some baddies around here. Okay. Right. Let's go this way. Or was it? Can I see them? I don't see them from over here. Something tells me it was one of the lanky ones. The tall boys. Some of them tall boys. Okay. Let's go up. Let us continue. This does not appear to be working. It is working. Never mind. I thought it need... Doesn't this look a little different than the other ones? Anyway, that is up. And I guess... Oh, it's because it didn't have the little... There's the arrow on top. That's all I was missing. But that's not part of the actual device.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Okay. So it's hitting the... Try adjusting the... Did not read that. Could not see what that said. Okay, so I need to turn it first. And then I need to raise it. Oh, see? Yeah. Long that. And then... Okay, hold on a minute. If I bit down here, I'm curious if I've gone down there yet. I think I must have gone over there. I must have. My directions are all messed up. I don't know. Whatever. Typically, there's not a lot of extra locations you can visit in domains. It's kind of straightforward, but, you'll find, like, I don't know, a treasure chest or two, and, like, in the room you're in, like, off to the side, maybe. But, like, it's nothing, like, extra. It's just, it's not a lot of exploration in here. Typically, one time, there was... Back in a Zuma domain, there was a lot of exploration going on, but generally that's not typically the case. So I'm just gonna assume that I'm okay. All right, Fremine. Fremine lands like an anime character. I guess he is an anime character, right? I guess he is one. Look at that.
This is where the water starts. Okay.
Oh no, Fremine.
Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
So hold on. So what? I heard all those the clanking footsteps and everything, and now we're over here. I don't know. Okay, this could be bad. Elsewhere, I have. We're okay for now. Oh, this is the first time that I'm actually, like, swimming on camera, right? I've done lots of swimming and exploration in this game, on my own, but, like, never on camera. Oh my god. He flies out of the freaking... Hold on a minute. Hold on. He does... This whole, like, I've been doing so much swimming and stuff, like, on my own, that, like, I'm like, it would be really cool if the characters could fly out of the freaking water like dolphins. Is this just a Fremine thing? Can, like, Nouvellette do this too? That is amazing. I love this. I didn't think that this was gonna be a thing. I was like, because in Breath of the Wild, Link does that. So I was like, that would be a sick thing. Anyway, I'm very happy about that.
The vegetation here is a bit more sparse. These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction.
Okay. At some point, this water is going to become toxic, I feel like.
There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
Elsewhere, I've dealt with...
The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here.
I don't know. Elsewhere, I've dealt with water that was, like, super toxic, and I had to, like... Oh, well, there it is. Oh my god. Fremine, put your mask on.
My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on?
Primordial waters.
No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
Oh my god. I think that Traveler's gonna have to go back and said, Go, Fremine. At least my health isn't going down, right? I thought, oh my god, it is going down. Holy shit. Oh my god, go. I didn't know. I thought it wasn't going down.
Die here.
Fremine, no!
This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push.
Oh, didn't my wife save him? She did. Here she is. What's my wife? Yeah, I think it's gonna be up to the traveler now.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Now, is Child from... I don't think Child's from Fontaine.
But we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Miss Clorand, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak for Monet. You can go after you've had some more rest. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clorand will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it. I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Liddy?
No.
He's probably a little
please go on
embarrassed.
without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
He's embarrassed because he got all of his theories were
The
wrong.
logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
I know that feeling, yeah.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about... I think we're going to have to go down there ourselves to have a look. Because again, the primordial waters don't affect people from outside of Fontaine. So, Fremine was affected because he's from Fontaine. Lucky! Why did I say it like that? Fremine was affected because he's from Fontaine. I don't know if Child is from Fontaine. I know he was brought to Snezhnaya, which is like where the Fatui are from. But I don't know if Child was originally from Snezhnaya or if he came from like Fontaine, or because I'm pretty sure he's only here right now because he heard a source from the water, and since Child is like a hydro, he has a hydro vision. His power is hydro. I'm not falling for this again. Okay? I'm not falling for this again. I refuse. Anyway, Child is hydro. So he came to Fontaine because it's the hydro capital of Tevat, right? But I don't think he actually is from Fontaine. I think he's from elsewhere. Meaning, he should be fine. Fremine couldn't go further because the primordial waters would affect him, but they won't affect Child. So whatever is going on, Child should be fine, I think. And I should be fine searching for Child. That is my assumption. Alright, Risley. Let's see what we can gather. Some new information, please.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremine's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clorand. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
Can I do a physical?
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Sorry, I apologize.
I'll take my leave for now then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course. but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Sure. Please enlighten us as much as you'd like.
Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have? You can start with whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Okay, well then, why does oven the cold food, but about hot eat the food? That is my question. Why didn't you stop them?
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that Harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Lenny's group would just do your work for you?
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Lenny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Criminal.
Now, why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another
True.
form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good Mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing Harbinger already.
So the Forbidden Zone really exists. What's inside of it? Huh? Don't shut up, okay? Just stop. This act grown up for a minute, okay? Just for a minute. Sorry.
That's not something you should be asking after.
Apologize.
Neuvillette only asked you to investigate
I'm so
Child's
sorry.
whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Yes.
Follow me.
Follow me. Set me free. Okay. Following you now. I thought we were going to be leaving the area. Oh. Okay. Noted.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh.
I mean, technically everything's a basement.
Risley?
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Okay, I guess we're going down. It's all a basement. Everything is a basement. Everything is a basement of a basement. And now we're going to go into a basement. Because this is clearly a lift, right? We're going to go down. We're going further
on the
down.
Central plate.
Yes.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
There we go. Down we go. Once everyone has taken their positions on the circular plate, it begins to slowly descend downwards, I assume is what that said.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
And that is...
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone.
Only
Am I
Weasley
correct to
can
assume
get
you're
in
going
that.
to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Okay. So it looks like we're, oh, it's just me. Like, it's me, like, traveler me. Okay. I don't have my characters and stuff. Okay. I haven't played her in a while. Let me see something. So this is Constellation 3. Should be fine. Should be fine. I don't remember what the hell her stuff
So there's
does.
a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Take a step back. To the left. To the left. Skyrim shuffle.
Whoa, they all just went up one by one.
What's that in the middle of the room?
Go on, have a look.
Look like a big gear or something. Or like a... Yeah, it's doing a spin. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Hold on. Look, like I said earlier... Oh, that might have been the sound that I heard earlier. I thought it was footsteps, but it might have just been, the gear shifting. Okay. They're very similar sounds. I've heard both. You want to know how OCD I am? Just casually, like, don't jump on these. What? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? I died. See? It happens. That's how it works. This room is really empty with nothing in here, which is quite strange on its own. There's also a device smack dab in the middle of the room, which looks like some kind of massive sluice gate.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh.
Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The
True.
readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if
Primordial
only
water.
infinitesimally.
I assume.
Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated.
So who built this place?
Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Neither of these. It's tracking the primordial waters, the amount of primordial waters that are in the thing, but at least this makes more sense.
Very reasonable guesses. I've considered both of those as well.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary.
Yeah.
The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all. Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the primordial sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of...
Primordial seawater.
But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea. From
Yes.
where, though?
That's
That's my
very likely.
question. Where is it coming from?
Forget about the two of us. Not even Novelette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you figured it out. I believe the
I mean,
primordial sea lies
could be
directly
here.
beneath this sluice gate.
But, like,
For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues,
where specifically? How do you
soon
close it?
it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
And if the primordial sea is leaking through, if this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it. So you're telling me this was just sitting down here, just alone, no one guarding it, nothing to keep it functional, nobody even looking at it. Reedsley literally just looked at it one day and was like, huh, that's odd. Wouldn't it suck if this were a problem? So he just kind of just kept tabs on it, and then eventually realized that actually this could destroy the entire nation of Fontaine. How did Novelette not know this? Like, this is... How does the Hydro Archon not know about this? If this gate falls, all of Fontaine will fall with it.
You know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
Dissolved into the waters.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
That's my
Your
question.
expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research.
Whoa.
There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all
Narcissus
convicted
Cruz
criminals from
Ordo,
Fontaine were
perhaps.
exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors.
So why is it a prison now?
The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Do you believe in prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So, as the Duke of Meripede, just what do you plan to do about it?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
Okay, I'm going further in.
This is it.
Hello?
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Oh my god, it's them.
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
I was waiting. I was wondering when I'd see them again.
Want us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
The results speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin.
So Edwin was a high-ranking guy in the Fontaine Research Institute. His methods were a little crazy, and he ended up blowing up the institute. A lot of people died, and the institute kind of rose into the air and became this weird, like, water gelatinous location. And Edwin also died in the process. And now the Fontaine Research Institute is like in this like dilapidated building that is barely usable, but they somehow added a lot to it. So it looks a little nice a little bit, but it still looks kind of garbage. Yeah, so Edwin is very notorious. His partner's alive though, and he's at the Fontaine Institute. Anyway, yeah, we have heard of Edwin.
Good. Saves me a bit of time explaining.
Yes.
Edwin's main areas of research were archium and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meripede?
What a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Why would he do that?
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
But you guys are murderous. You guys are psychotic. Completely psychotic.
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Okay.
Ooh, are they together?
Is that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
Are you sure about that?
If I dated
Are you sure
her,
about
I'd
that?
officially be madder than Edwin.
Are you sure about that?
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
I'm still not buying it. I'm still not buying it.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
It can do so many things, like destroy an entire nation, perhaps.
Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Paimon. Is this just a normal room?
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you
Salsa music? Oh. This is BioShock.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not at all. Just kind of recent, past 500 years
heard
maybe.
The story of ancient Lemuria.
Oh, I heard about that.
To give you a
I have
quick
heard about
rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibila, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the primordial sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontanians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
This is a plan for the ages. Can't you share your plan with everyone? Like the Research Institute?
Were the
Perhaps?
workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions? Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
No, I want to explore the ship. I want to go onto the ship. How dare you? How dare you? I had places to go, people
I'll
to
leave
see.
you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
It means that my actions now will decide the next steps Winnie's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Winnie the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive conflict right now.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Yeah, we will.
Great. I look forward to what happens next.
Okay. So,
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
I don't know, I just learned that there's an ARK below
I was drinking tea.
the freaking fortress.
Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves to the water and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and Seishween.
Yeah, I heard 1 male voice and 1 female, so it should have been the 2 of them. They really were just talking about brewing tea.
I
Delicious.
really can't make sense of this place.
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn anything from Risley?
Well, Risley is actually Noah, and he's made an ARK, and people are gonna die unless they get on the ARK.
Then,
Basically,
would you
yeah.
mind
So
checking your
pretty cool.
answers against my speculations?
Winnie sounds a lot more like his old self.
Yeah, I took the time to rest, so I'm feeling a lot more relaxed now.
Good, good,
Nobody
good.
else is around, and Miss Sejuin is also busy with something or other. So let's just talk here.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself 3 questions. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial seawater? It was because he dove into the sea. My theory is, the long-lost primordial sea is probably very close to the fortress of Merope.
It's not true at all. Not true at all. It's not.
Ooh,
So not
he's
real.
good. He got that right
It's
on the
not.
first try.
It's not real at all.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's attitude changed dramatically during the course of our stay here. He ignored us completely at first, then suddenly roadblocked us. Why? I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui since the very beginning, he probably ignored us at first because he was hoping we could find Master Child for him. What's more,
He's
the
way too
fortress of
smart for this.
Merope is not part of Fontaine's court system, nor does it report to Udex Nervulet. Risley is basically the king of the no man's land. As long as the fortress doesn't do anything about Master Child's disappearance, Father can use it to pressure the Fontaine authorities. And while the 2 factions are pitted against each other, Risley will be free to move between the parties of interest. If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself. It's likely related to the secret of the infirmary, but I just can't think of what
No,
it could be.
that's nothing. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on at all. Winnie's grasp of the big picture is amazing, isn't it?
Super smart.
He's so smart, but there's nothing happening.
Thanks so much. Then
Don't spread
finally,
panic, please.
There's the last question. If Risley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know for now is that his plan probably has something to do with the changing nature of the seawater. He's even gotten Cloran to help him out. That can't be the full extent of what he's doing. There's probably a secret passageway behind the block in the infirmary, and there's something big in the fortress that most people here never get to see. He has a bargaining chip, and it could be important enough for Father to deal with him directly. I don't have enough information, so I have no idea what his chip might be. But let me guess. You have the last piece of the puzzle.
No. After some deliberation, you share the information you just learned with Lenny and company. While sharing what you saw, you emphasize that now is not the time for disputes.
I can't believe it.
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the prophecy said.
Well, now the traumatized.
Riley
All
have
right.
wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this crisis? If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operations, and she truly wants to resolve the crisis. But how could Risley have known that?
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father over to his side, which could be why he said he just wanted to negotiate.
I mean,
Yeah,
Risley,
that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well.
his main
Traveler.
concern is keeping people
I'll
safe.
figure out a way to pass this on to our father. No matter what, we're on your side. The two of you have already aided us far too much. We probably wouldn't be standing here right now if not for you. If you ever need anything else going forward, please come to the House of the Hearth at any time. Though you may not share the sentiment, after all that we've gone through together, the three of us basically see you as family now.
Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks.
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting
He
me
was
and
being a
Mother.
ventriloquist.
And
It's fine.
thank you for sharing the secrets of the fortress with us. We didn't think you were going to do it.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Don't mention it. We can work together again if necessary.
Given your strength, you might not need our help at all. But if you are ever in danger, we will try our best to protect you.
Aw, the sound of that makes Paimon feel all warm and safe inside.
I think that's something else. What was that?
Paimon's hungry.
Should we go get some blue food?
You've done so much already. Go get some food.
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time.
I feel like I should try to become someone more capable of helping.
You're incredibly helpful. Lenny thinks so too.
Yeah, you two are always telling me not to push myself, but aren't you just like that as well?
I mean, you literally almost died because you were trying to do the right thing, so... that sounds okay in my book. Look, I don't know what the hell's down here, but... I don't know what that would be. When we literally went a different... all we had to do was go through Risley's office to get to where we needed to go. Not a hole in the infirmary. I don't know. I'm very curious about what that is. I guess we're gonna get some grub, right? I've learned a lot about Melusines in the time that I've been playing through this. Doing lots of side quests.
It's time for dinner. Welfare meals now being served in the coupon cafeteria.
Okay. We're actually eating dinner this time, not lunch.
Traveler and Paimon, over here.
Hello.
Are you here for dinner too, Miss Sijwin? Uh-huh. And I'm taking the opportunity to prepare Miss Cloran's dinner as well. Huh. You're right.
It's all gonna be blue.
She's actually sitting in the fortress cafeteria.
Can we sit again? Can we choose?
Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like.
Oh, hell yeah. Then I'll have the tastiest stuff you have to offer. Then I'll get the biggest portion you have to offer. Give me it all. Give me it all.
Too. Don't forget Paimon. No problem. Just leave it to me.
After a while, the meal Sijwin ordered for you arrived. Unlike days prior, Sijwin also brings some drinks over to you. They taste a little strange, but she... okay, the shakes genuinely taste pretty terrible. Alright.
So delicious.
So easy to read all the time. Amazing. Free dinners are the absolute best.
Wait a second, we did do plenty of work after all.
We did.
Feeling full yet? How's the food?
I don't know, because I didn't get to read the description of it. Exquisite. Thank you. Besides the milk, I mean, everything was super delicious. It was exquisite.
I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, see, the expression on your face just now? The muscle here just moved, which suggests that you're feeling quite relaxed at the moment. Sigewin, do you do this to help your patients or to better understand human beings? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melusine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what
why
you're
does she
thinking
look
if I
like
want to take good care of you.
more human than Melusine? What is that about?
You're really good at taking care of people. Even though you're so short, you still talk and act like an older sister. Really? You're reminded of an older sister? That's great to hear.
Even though you're so short,
Oh,
just a freaking sword stag, you're freaking tiny.
When you said that you were protecting Linny and his siblings as well. Oh, that. I just asked His Grace to look out for those children, especially that diver boy. I was getting a bit worried after hearing that something was wrong with the water.
I can't believe I doubted her for a minute.
Thankfully, Glorand is very
I
strong
really
and
doubted her.
managed to save him in the nick of time.
She started scaring me
His
for a
Grace
second.
also sealed the pipes after Glorand left, to make sure that Linny wouldn't impulsively chase after his brother. Although the path was blocked, we still stationed some guards there to stop anyone from approaching. They were instructed to only open the door once Miss Glorand had returned. Oh, and I was keeping an eye on Mr. Linny as well. We had to press him, but we couldn't allow him to be in any real danger. You were all super considerate and really thought everything through. It's just what we do down here at the fortress. At least this has been His Grace's style for as long as he's been the leader.
So how long have you been down here? That's my question.
I wish Monsieur Nervula would come down here more often too. I feel like he'd like it here, with all the darkness and chaos.
He was here a little while ago. He committed tax fraud. It was pretty crazy. But that doesn't make sense at all. It's hard to imagine Neuvillette outside of his office.
Get a good night's rest,
Like,
Tutu.
I can't even
You
imagine
both
him
worked
walking
very
down
hard.
the street of Fontaine. Hello. Oh, hey, hello. Hey.
Hey.
Glorand!
Ah, it's you two.
How's dinner?
It's all right. Miss Sigewin really put in a lot of effort.
So we heard that Risley invited you to come down to help, and you saved Fremonade too. You sure work super fast.
Oh, it was child's play.
Still, Paimon didn't know even champion duelists could take on side jobs. Oh, and why aren't you eating with Sigewin and the Duke? Won't you get bored eating by yourself?
Miss Sigewin was with you, and the Duke has business of his own.
Actually, didn't Navia say that you went out for dinner with her as well?
Yeah. First time in a long time.
First time in a long time? So you mean you've gone out to dinner with her in the past?
In the past, yes. You seem to be enjoying yourselves here.
So the thing with Navia is, her father was, I think, wrongly accused of committing a crime, and one of the policies is if you commit a crime, you have a chance of escaping if you can beat somebody in like one of the champion duelists. And so he challenged Clorinde. I think he challenged her, but he knew that he wasn't going to make it out. And because she's a champion duelist, it was her, you know, he basically he asked her, like, just kill me, like, this is what you have to do. And she did that, and so Navia had a grudge against Clorinde ever since then. Even though before then they were on pretty good terms, but after that, a wrench had been thrown between them. You know, it's all thanks to Neuvillette. This is technically a work trip for us too.
Things will be getting messy at the fortress soon. Don't run around unnecessarily.
So I'm recording this a little before the new Archon Quest comes out, and a couple days ago they released the special program. I started watching the special program because, you know, I was curious. They spoiled the story already. I kind of know what's gonna happen, and I'm a little mad about that, but it's fine. It's fine. Return to the dormitories to rest. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. Like, I kind of know what's gonna happen, but I don't know in the way that it's gonna happen. Typically, I loathe spoilers, and it is kind of messing with my steez a little bit, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, let's do a sleep.
So much has happened. Paimon just feels absolutely exhausted now that she's finally relaxed. Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy too?
Yeah, I'm also getting there. That was immediate. That was very quick. No time was wasted. Wow, she really immediately fell asleep. Yeah.
Delicious. Paimon wants seconds for free.
Good night.
Out of my way! Get out of my way!
What?
What happened? Why is
Oh my God.
running?
Oh no.
No idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking.
No.
Who's yelling? Paimon still wants to sleep.
I thought we were gonna get another child vision. What's that sound? Paimon, wake up. We need to get out and see what's going on. Oh, the freaking alarm and everything. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hello? What's going on? Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then stay tuned for more. What other mysteries will we uncover in Genshin Impact? Until next time, and as always, just call Master Corvidien. Have a good one, guys.